G'day legends, and today I've got a sweet old secret to share with you guys. Something that I know that you would never see coming. That's right. Sean, I hate influencers, but check out this tweet. Strickland has a better chance of winning the bloody lottery than he does at beating big old DP in their rematch set for UFC 312 down here in Australia. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you why I am as confident as the sun will rise tomorrow. DDP is going to be getting the win. In fact, I'm going to be taking all my money out of my savings account and putting it on DDP because I think the return on investment is better than it just sitting in the bank, letting inflation chip away at it. And here's the thing, boys. I actually rate Sean free speech. How dare you say that about me, Strickland? I do. Like, when you look at the boxing tier list that we made this year, you can see that I've got Sean Strickland very comfortably sitting there at number 7, you know? Past all the greats, right? Past Jack Della Maddalena and Ilya Topuria and Dustin Poirier, right? Sean Strickland, in just boxing alone, is clearly the 7th best boxer in the UFC. Yeah, this video, it's not just as a Sean Strickland hater. And I am a Sean Strickland hater. But I respect Sean Strickland's ability even in the cage. Even if I do think that he is a hypocrite, high school bully outside of the cage, goes and spars influencers, knocks out his training partners, is scared to actually get in there with some contenders and fight for his spot. But at the end of the day, the reason that I think Big DP is going to historically destroy Sean Strickland in their rematch is pretty simple, you guys, right? Sean Strickland has got a very confusing style. It sort of shocks fighters when they are in there against him the first time. But once they've seen him, we all know it. Like, we know Sean Strickland's style, right? It's got that Philly shell, the high guard. He rocks his head back, likes to tape to the gut to keep his range going. We know that. That's a very, very difficult style for fighters to fight the first time they're in there. Yeah, but here's the thing. Once you've been in there with Strickland for 25 minutes, because you are going to be in there with Strickland for 25 minutes. He's not a finisher. Once you're in there with Strickland for 25 minutes, you sort of feel it and understand it. And then it's easier to come up with a game plan for the second time you deal with it. That way you can strategize, you know exactly what's going to be coming at you. And big DP, he is a master of strategy. And he's got a lot more tools in his tool belt. If you know what I mean? Like, Sean Strickland, he's got his jab and his tape, he's got his bloody hammer and his screwdriver, and he knows how to use his hammer and his screwdriver. But BDP, he has got a lot more tools in that tool belt, and he knows how to use every single one of them. He hasn't just got a hammer and a screwdriver. He's got a fully sick nail gun as well. Okay, he's got one of those tool belts that you see completely strap around you, and that thing is just loaded up. He's got laser pointers. He's got string lines. He's got everything, and he knows how to use them more in a fight than Sean Strickland knows how to just use his bloody hammer and screwdriver. When it comes to whipping the tools out of the tool belt here, I expect that Big DP is going to be implementing a lot more of his grappling, considering that's where he had a lot of his success in the first fight against Sean Strickland. Now, the Sean Strickland fans, they're going to whinge and they're going to cry that Big DP didn't do anything with the grappling. But here is the thing, Sean Strickland fans. I don't think you read good. And as a man that don't read good, that's not an insult. I just recognize real is what I'm saying. Because every single Sean Strickland fight, it looks incredibly close. Like, look at Sean Strickland against Paulo Costa. He drew it out to a split decision, right? Like, come on, man. Like, Paulo Costa kind of sucks. You know, like, he's got an S tier meme game, but this isn't the ultimate meming championships. Yeah, this is the hurt business. So Sean, he is always, even in the first fight against Big DP, he always just tries to stay just ahead of the striking of his opponent. And we know the big problem with Sean is he doesn't turn it up in the last few moments of the round like he really needs to, except for that last round of every single fight. That's when he starts screaming and bumping his chest, and he goes back into Sean Twitter Strickland mode. Like, now that there actually isn't a fight happening around him, there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Now Sean Strickland will try and wake up. But that means for the entire fight, the striking, it looks fairly even because it is just hammer and screwdriver, like nail and tape, over and over again. And it's very, very close to the judges that are sitting on the ringside. Yeah, they're not getting the live numbers like we're getting them. Every Sean Strickland fan goes, oh, but look at the significant strikes, man. Look at the significant strike. The judges don't get that. The judges don't get that, yeah? They're not hearing the commentary like we're hearing it. They're not even getting those little corner screen replays like we're getting them. They're just seeing Sean Strickland jab and tape and then roll out of the way. And if Sean Strickland and his coaches and his team would just read the goddamn rules of MMA, then they would know that just barely staying ahead in the fight, all you have to do is shoot a takedown on Sean Strickland and you'll win the round against him. That's all you have to, it's written plain as day in the rule set, yeah? It says effective striking / grappling shall be considered the first priority of round assessments. Effective aggressiveness is plan B and should not be considered unless the judge doesn't see any other advantage in the striking versus grappling realm. So picture every Sean Strickland fight. It's very close on the feet. The judges, they don't really see an advantage. It's a couple of jabs, but the person across from him throws a big old meaty hook. And then guess what? The person across from him, who's been caught of jabbed up, but sort of keeping up with Sean Strickland as Sean Strickland continues to roll out of the way. God, who's winning this one? The person across from him shoots a takedown. Doesn't do a lot with it, but they shoot a takedown. Voila, you've got a round against Sean Strickland. It's very easy here. And then every single time Sean loses a fight, his 13-year-old fans, they put down the controller because they've been playing Call of Duty. They've been half watching the fight. They put down the controller and then they start crying bloody robbery. Like you cannot just jab, tape, and then roll your way to a win when you actually read the scoring criteria, yeah? You have to be a marauder, like BDP, pushing up against you. So I believe that not only will BDP have the advantage of being stronger than Sean Strickland, more active than Sean Strickland, learning from his Israel Adesanya fight when Izzy was sort of beating up on BDP, but I also believe that he has the entire scoring criteria on his side as well. And when he starts to implement the one thing that gave him the most success in the first Sean Strickland fight, which is the aggressive takedown offense, even if he doesn't hold Sean Strickland down and keep him there, as long as he just keeps marauding forward and survives the jab tape of Sean Strickland, it's essentially a guaranteed win for BDP, which leaves you only to conclude that there is a better chance of Bryce Mitchell admitting the earth this round than there is of Sean Strickland actually ending up beating Dricus du Plessis. He might as well not even show up, boys. Let Khamzat Chimaev step in on short notice, okay? Sean cannot just pitter-patter his way to a win on this one. So, let me know, what method do you think the South African Chad will win by down in the comments? Will it be knockout, submission, or decision? How is he going to be winning this one? I love hearing from you, boys. Just like I did from Tala Ba'aka. Great name, mate. This was on my video about Marab giving another man a massage in a hot tub. It was a very zesty video from Marab. He said, exactly, and he was the one that was kissing Sean in the middle of a fight in public. What would they do in a room? That's very true, Tala. Like, imagine what a Marab after party would look like if this is what we're getting before everyone puts their phones in the bucket. Like, if you're happily recording yourself in a hot tub or a jacuzzi, like, bucked up against, like, behind another bloke, just getting right deep in there in his back, I can't imagine what he's doing. I can't believe he went against Umar and the boys from Dagestan for having just a little bit of a sauna and a spa session when he's literally in there in a party hot tub, not even a regular gym hot tub. This looks like a party hot tub, and he's in there pretty much giving this other bloke back shots. It's an insane thing for Marab to do. I guess Marab's Twitter and meme game isn't as good as we thought it was. But thanks for the comment, mate. Boys, you let me know down there in the comments, Sean Strickland versus DDP. Who do you think is going to win that one? If this is your first time here, g'day, my name is Dougie. I make an MMA video every single day, and I go live a couple of times a week. I try and go live 3 times a week at the very least. So if you want to know when that happens, hit that bell down there so you can get notified when I do go live. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button or leave me an abusive comment. If you're a 13-year-old Sean Strickland fan, come at me, bruh. But until then, I will see you guys all in the next video. You have yourselves a great day. See ya.